Hi everyone, my name is Akurede Adenike. You're welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time of you checking on my channel, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more videos. Guys, I really want to thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Today I want to make wrap peplum top with stylish bell sleeve, but I want to do the cutting today. On my next video I will do the sewing. So to cut this wrap peplum top, I'm going to cut upper and down parts separately. This is the fabric I'm using, ankara fabric, which is African print. I'm using 2.5 yards of it. Here is it. I'll cut the back part first. I've already measured it out. Let me measure it again for you to understand, because I don't want to waste much of your time. So I'm going to use the bigger part of my upper part to cut the upper part out. The biggest part of the upper part is bust. My bust is 38 and I'll divide it into 4. 38 divided by 4, that will give me 9.5 plus 1 inch that allowance, which is that will make it 10.5 plus another 2 inches seam allowance. That will make it 12.5. So let me check what I have here. So I have 13 inches here. It should be enough for me. And the length of my upper part will be 16 inches because I'm using my shoulder to my waist for the upper part. My waist is 16. From my shoulder to my waist is 16 inches. And this is 17.5 plus the seam allowance I'm going to add to it. It should be enough for me. I folded my fabric into 2 for the back part. So I'm going to cut the back part first, then I'll use the back part to cut out the front part. Now this place will be my shoulder line. So I'm going to input my shoulder measurement on my shoulder line. My shoulder measurement is 15 inches. Divided by 2 is 7.5. 7.5 plus ½ inch seam allowance. That will give me 8 inches. So my neck width is 3 inches. So my neck depth 1.5. I can use my cuff roller to cuff this place, but I'm using free hand. So here now I'm going to come down by ½ inch for my shoulder slope, and I'll now connect it to my neck. Connect it like this, slantly like this. This will be my shoulder slope. To get my armhole, I'm going to input my chest line, and to get my chest line, that will be my round armhole divided by 2. My round armhole is 18. My round armhole is 18. Divided by 2 is 9 inches. 9 inches plus ½ inch. 9 inches plus ½ inch seam allowance. That will give me 9.5. So I'm going to roll it out. I hope you can see it very well. So I'll now input my half of my shoulder measurement here. So my shoulder measurement is 15 inches divided by 2, 7.5 plus ½ inch seam allowance. That'll give me 8. So that to roll out my back armhole, I'll connect it like this now. So to get my breast point, my breast point is 10 inches plus ½ inch seam allowance. That'll give me 10.5. I don't really need it, but I have to input it. So from my shoulder down to my waist, since it's not bustier top, so So my waist from my shoulder is 16 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, because I'm going to use half to join the shoulder, then half to join it to the peplum. That'll give me 17 inches. I'm going to roll it out. From my shoulder to my waist is 16 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, because I'm going to use half to join the shoulder, then half to join it to the peplum. So let me roll out my armhole with my cuff roller. But if you want to use your free hand, from this point we will just measure out 1.5. So we now connect it like this. Here now I will input quarter of my bust. Quarter of my bust is 9.5. Since my bust is 38, divided by 4 is 9.5 plus half inch is, that will give me 10 inches plus 2 inches seam allowance. That will give me 10 plus 2, 12 inches plus 1 inch, that's 13 inches. Straight to the waist line. My waist is 34, divided by 4 is 8.5 plus that 9.5 plus another 2 inches seam allowance. 9.5 plus 2 inches, that'll give me 11.5 here now. So I'll now connect it. So while I will draw out the dart here. Let me just cut this one. So I can use it to cut the front one. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel to support my channel. I will really appreciate it. So that's it. And now to cut the back part of the peplum, wrap peplum top. So I'll now use this one to cut the front now. But let me pin it for it not to be shaking. If you are a beginner, make sure you always pin your fabric to avoid it from shaking. Now to get the front, that is so easy to make. I've already cut it out because I don't want to waste much of your time. Here is it. Fold your fabric into two, then always mark on the wrong side of your fabric. Here is it. Already get the length. I told you from my shoulder line to my waist is 16 plus 1 inch seam allowance, that will be 17. So it's enough for me. Here now, I'll now measure from the center here. Make sure you get 8 inches before you place the back on the front to get it out. 8 inches. That will be the center of my wrap that is at the front. 8 inches. I'll connect it because I don't want to waste my fabric. I'm supposed to use the back to cut it, to make it two on the front. I want to cut it together for me to manage my fabric. Here now, after getting 8 inches from this center to this line now, I will now place this one on that line, exactly on that line. So here is it. Here is it. So I will now use the chalk to trace my shoulder. You remember the front armhole is quite different from the back armhole. So while cutting the front, I'll show you what makes it different. Where is it? And here is this just line. Hope you can see it very well. So Now here is the center. For the front, I want to make the neck depth of 6 inches. If you like, you can let it be. Let me separate this itself. Ready? Mark it out. So here now, to get my front armhole, just roll it out like this. So from this center now, I'm going to measure 6 inches for my neck depth. If you like, you can make it 8, 7, 8 as you want it, but this 6 inches is my own choice. Your own choice can be more deeper than that if you want a cleavage at the center of your wrap. So now from this neck 3 inches width, I will now connect it straight like this, slantly. It's better you make the shape of your wrap top, the neck of your wrap top, it's better you make it free to make it easier for you. So now from here now, here is where my 17 inches from the shoulder to my waist is 16 inches, but plus 1 inch seam allowance, that make it 17 inches. So here is where it ends. Now this is my neck width, my front neck width from the shoulder. I measured 6 inches for my neck depth for the front neck. So I've already connected it to the neck slantly, straight like this. Now I'll now cuff this place. Before cuffing, I'll come here, I'll measure 3 inches upward like this. So I'll now cuff it. You can use your free hand. I'm going to use my hip cuff to curve it, to make it curve very well. But you can, if you don't have your, in alternative, if you don't have your hip cuff, you can use your free hand for it to curve very well. Now I will now cut it. Before cutting, let me shape out my front armhole. Here now, from my shoulder here, I'll measure what is here, 8.5. So half of 8.5, that will give me 4.25. Here now, at this center, I'll come in by 1/4 of an inch or more than that. It depends on how bigger your bust is. So from here now, connect it straight with a straight line. Then here, use your curve roller or your free hand to draw out your armhole. So that is how to draw front armhole. That makes it different from the back armhole. I will now cut it out to show you how it will look like. Cut it out. Always get your measurements right before cutting your fabric. So I'll now open up this place. Here is it. As you can see, here is where my 6 inches is. So notch the other side of it. Chalk it so that for you to know where exactly your 6 inches is. So here is the back. Let me place it and you see how it will look like. Here is the back of the wrap peplum top, the upper part. So I'll move on to the peplum now. Here is it. Can you see how simple it is? You know, many people don't use this style, but this is my style doing things. Here is it. As you can see, this is the 6 inches for the front neck depth, and here is it. This side will not match with this because of the belts that I'm going to attach to this place for it to be wrapped very well. Here too, it will not long as this one. Here is it now. I've finished the upper part. Now to the peplum. Since my waist is 34, I'm not going to cut exact 34 for my peplum. So to get exact peplum that I'm going to cut for this wrap top, I'll place my back like this, then I place this front on top it like this. You know, since it's a wrap top. And if you remember, I told you I added 3 inches here, 3 inches at the both side for the top here, because 1 inch for that allowance and 2 inches for seam allowance. So I'll mark that 3 inches out like this, and here to mark 3 inches out to get the actual peplum that I'm going to use for the lower part. So don't make the mistakes. So I'll now measure what remains here. There is it now. I'll measure what remains here. This is 17 inches. Automatically, this one will be 17 inches. So 17 plus 17, that's 34. And on the back too, I will measure 3 inches out from this side, 3 inches out from this side too. So measure what remains here is 17. So 17 plus 34, that will give me 51. Automatically, I'm going to use that 51 to cut out my peplum. So here's it. Already cut. So to get the length of my peplum, I will deduct my upper part from the full length of my blouse. The full length of my blouse is 24. So that's 16 inches minus 24, which is the full length of my blouse. The remaining one will be 8 inches. So that 8 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, that will make it 9 inches. So I need the peplum length of 9 inches now. So the 51, I told you before that I'm going to cut for my peplum, because at the back I get 17. The 2 wrap on the front side is 17 here, then 17 on the other side. So that will make it 317 now. So 17 plus 17, 34, plus another 17, that will make it 51. So I will now use that 51 to cut my peplum. So 51 divided by 6.28, because to cut the full flare for the peplum now, I'm going to use 6.28. So 51 divided by 6.28 is 8.1. And so I'm now going to minus 0.5, which is half inch out of it. So the remaining one will give me 7.6, because I don't want the peplum to be too much, because if I cut exactly 8.1, that peplum will be too much for what I need it for. So 8.1 minus 0.5, that will give me 7.6. Here now I'll check what I have here. So 7.6 now plus 9 inches I told you that I needed for the length of my peplum. So the total now will be 16.6. So what I have now is 16.6 exactly. and here to 16.6. Remember, my fabric is folded into 4. Make sure you get your measurements right and measure it very well for it to be accurate and for it not to give you problem while sewing. So here is it now. I'll fold my fabric into 4 and always mark on the wrong side of your fabric, because if you mark on the right side, your fabric will be stained with the chalk. So here is it now. So the 9 inches that I need for the length of my peplum plus the 7.6 inches, that is 16.6. so here now I'll measure out that 7.6 out here now. 7.6 from the center. You know, I've already folded it into 4. 7.6 round. 7.6. 7.6. 7.6. And then I will connect it around like this. So from here now, I'll measure that 9 inches. 9 inches. 9 inches, which is the length of my peplum. 9 inches. 9 inches. 9 inches. 9 inches. I'll now connect it. Connect it around. Connect it around like this. So 7.6. 7.6. Just rechecking it. Now I'll cut it out. Since it's a wrapped up, I'm going to open it at one side like this. So here is it. Here is the peplum I'm going to use for my wrap top. Now to the sleeve. I've already cut the sleeve out. This is my basic sleeve. Since I told you I'm going to cut stylish bell sleeve, and we need basic sleeve and the flare for my stylish bell sleeve. I've already made a video on how to cut basic sleeve, so I'll put the link below inside the description box. So here's the basic sleeve, and I've already made a tutorial on how to cut this flare too. This flare, I called it I used this as a sleeve in that video, but now I'm going to use it. I'm going to join it with the basic sleeve to form the stylish bell sleeve that I told you. So I'll also put the link inside the box below on how to cut this flare, this circle flare. So here is the sleeve. So I'm going to cut the lining for it. That will be in my next video. If you find this tutorial helpful, the sewing part will be in the next video too. If you find this tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel, share my videos with friends and family. Hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.